6 years ago, a spiritual journey began that would change our lives forever. It was a journey filled with faith, prayer, sacrifice, and unforgettable memories. This is the story of our pilgrimage from Lasca to Lalibela. Our pilgrimage began in the compound of Kaidist Arsima Church. We gathered for an overnight prayer service. After receiving blessings and farewell prayers from the church fathers, 64 travelers, including the driver and his assistant, set out on this sacred journey together. Our first destination was Debra Tsayan Kaidist Dinjal Mariam Church in Budajira. There, priests, deacons, and members of the congregation welcomed us with warmth and love. We spent the night in peace, prayer, and spiritual reflection. That night, we stayed at Dijan Kaidist Georgie's Church. Because this was a spiritual pilgrimage, we did not stay in hotels. Instead, throughout the journey, we spent our nights inside monasteries, church compounds, and other holy places. Before leaving home, every traveler had prepared carefully for this experience. We carried mattresses, blankets, cooking utensils, spices, onions, salt, and everything necessary for life on the road. Our journey was not about comfort. It was about faith, sacrifice, and the desire to receive blessings from the sacred places we longed to visit. As our pilgrimage continued through the historic land of Gajam, we visited some of Ethiopia's most ancient and revered holy sites. Among them were the historic Dima Georgie's Church and the famous Murdo Lumarium Monastery. At each destination, we prayed, received blessings, and reflected on the rich spiritual heritage of our country. These sacred places were more than historical landmarks. They were living testimonies of faith, preserving centuries of devotion, worship, and tradition. After receiving blessings from these holy sites, we continued our journey toward Bahir Dar, carrying with us gratitude, peace, and renewed spiritual strength. After receiving blessings in Gajam, we continued our journey toward Bahir Dar. Like many Ethiopians, we had always heard stories about the warmth and hospitality of its people. But what awaited us there was beyond anything we had imagined. After visiting the famous Falej Genet Kaidist Georgie's Church, we headed to a Tekel Haymanot Church to spend the night. As soon as we arrived, priests, deacons, monks, and Sunday school students welcomed us with extraordinary humility and love. Their kindness reminded us that true greatness is found in service and compassion. Then, something happened that touched my heart deeply. The priests and monks came forward to wash our feet. At first, we refused. We felt unworthy of such an act of humility. But they gently said, "Please do not deny us this blessing." Those simple words brought tears to my eyes. Imagine this. Holy fathers who had dedicated their lives to fasting and prayer were washing the feet of weak and sinful people like us. In that sacred moment, I witnessed the true meaning of humility, love, and service. It was a blessing I will never forget. Our stay in Bahir Dar was brief because another remarkable journey awaited us. Lake Tana. We were advised that traveling during daylight could be difficult because of the strong waves on the lake. So after evening prayers, we rested early. Before dawn, at around 4:30 in the morning, we woke up, prayed together, and prepared ourselves for the next chapter of our pilgrimage, a journey across the sacred waters of Lake Tana. Our stay in Bahir Dar had come to an end, but our pilgrimage was far from over. Another extraordinary experience awaited us. Lake Tana. After evening prayers, we rested early. We had been warned that traveling during the daytime could be difficult because of the powerful waves that often swept across the lake. Before dawn, at around 4:30 in the morning, we woke up once again. Together, we offered our prayers and prepared ourselves for the next chapter of our spiritual journey. As darkness still covered the sky, we stepped into our boats and began our journey across the sacred waters of Lake Tana. For many of us, it was our first experience traveling this way. The cold morning air pierced through our clothes. The silence of the lake, broken only by the sound of the water beneath the boat, filled our hearts with both wonder and uncertainty. Yet, deep within us, faith continued to guide our path. Throughout the day, we traveled from one monastery to another, receiving blessings and witnessing the spiritual treasures preserved for centuries. We visited some of Lake Tana's most sacred monasteries, including Mihol Zij Georgis, Abun Betra Mariam, Aswa Mariam, Ura Kidana Maret, Intan's Monastery, and Kybran Jebriel. Each monastery had its own unique history, traditions, and spiritual significance. Every step of the journey deepened our appreciation for Ethiopia's rich religious heritage. The journey across Lake Tana was not easy. The freezing wind, the darkness, and the unfamiliar experience of traveling by boat created fear among many of us. At times, anxiety filled our hearts. But as we moved from one holy place to another, something began to change. Our fears slowly gave way to trust. Our uncertainty turned into courage, and our worries transformed into faith. As the day came to an end, we reflected on everything we had experienced, the prayers we had offered, the blessings we had received, the people we had encountered, and the unforgettable moments that had strengthened our faith. But our story was not over. Our spiritual journey had only just begun. Join us in the next episode as we continue this remarkable pilgrimage across the sacred lands of Ethiopia. Until then, may peace, faith, and God's blessings be with you. To be continued. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share,